Darrell, can you let everybody know about yourself?
Yes, my name is Darrell. I am from Oklahoma City. I am a personal trainer and actor here in the great state of Oklahoma. And yeah, that's what I do here. Is what I do for work. Been a personal trainer for the past 33 years, I believe. Sometimes I lose count, but it's been a long time. But yeah, and I absolutely love acting, being an actor, and I've been an actor for 8 years now.
Well, that's amazing. And what attracted you to begin your acting career?
I think me growing up, just watching some of the men that really inspired me, such as Lou Ferrigno, um, Arnold Schwarzenegger, these individuals were just, they also not only were they great actors as well, but they were great bodybuilders. And so these are the men who inspired me to become a bodybuilder. And so I did that until made the decision to um, transition into acting. And I told myself that if I stay as disciplined and as dedicated the amount of time that I have been a competitive bodybuilder, that with God's will, that I will be successful as an actor.
And yeah, I believe you will. And here you are. So, Oklahoma City, what is the one thing what you're noticing the struggles as being an actor in Oklahoma City?
The struggles of being an actor in Oklahoma City. I think, sometimes, it just really depends. I think, you know, here you have to just really make sure that if you want to be successful as an actor here, I think that just making sure that you're really trained up, really taking those acting classes and being involved in different events that actors have here in Oklahoma, such as, the 48-hour film festival, um, community events like they have at the Capitol, just different things of that nature, I believe is something that's really going to help you not only connect with
Hmm.
different fellow actors, but, filmmakers, makeup artists, just individuals of that nature that will help that you will end up seeing on set somewhere at some point.
That is 100% true because we would never know where we're gonna be. And it's
Yeah.
and one thing I will say is that teamwork. We're a community. We support each other, and it doesn't matter what state we live in. The words, we all communicate. We also support each other. And also, I will say is that social media is a great tool, and I know a lot of people, most folks are saying, social media, you get so glued to it, and it's like you try not to get used to the negative. You try not to listen to the negative comments, right? Or you try to ignore those negative comments. But we all get it, right? In this entertainment
Oh,
industry,
yeah.
from a talk show host to an actor, producer, etc. But also sometimes it's good to look at those negative comments because it also may help you and improve
Oh,
you.
yeah,
That's
for
too.
sure.
But all in reality is like but one thing I love about social media I was trying to say is that we all can support each other. It's the word of mouth. Next person, next person, next person, next person, right? Because you may audition for a row, and then you may not get it, but maybe a couple of months later, somebody's there and say, "Hey, I know somebody, Darrell. He might be in. He did really good on when he auditioned for my role. But we've been following each other on Instagram. We've been communicating that way. But here's his Instagram. You can message him. You can contact him." And that producer's like, "Oh, this looks like a person that could be in this role." And you're like, "Yeah." And then you'd be like, "Where did you hear from me?" And then you're like, "Oh, thanks to this person." And that's one thing I love about the entertainment industry. It's the word of mouth. We we
Yes.
we support each other, and that's the one thing I love about it. So 100%, what you're saying, passion, work hard for it. Tongue twisting. Sorry, my next question for you is, what is your short-term goal, and what is your long-term goal?
My short-term goal is to be persistent and consistently get better as an actor. I think that's my most important part for me because I just want to make sure that I'm steadily growing. You know, you may be at a level here, but once you get to the next level, you're going to have to get better. And that's what's the most important part for me is making sure that no matter what space I'm in, no matter where I am at, that I'm continuously getting better
Hmm.
as an artist.
And that's true. You want to be up here than down here, you know. Um, but my next question follow up for you
Okay.
is, do you hoping or not hoping, do you hope, actually, correction, do you hope to see yourself maybe have a big role in a big film, or do you see yourself potentially moving to LA? Or do you see yourself staying here and also hope to help grow the entertainment industry in Oklahoma as well?
Um, just to be perfectly honest with you, I think that for me, I'm just going to let God guide my steps because I don't know what's going to happen. It could be tomorrow something big changes in my life and I may have to be in LA. But if that doesn't happen and I'm still here in Oklahoma, I definitely want to continue and help things evolve here and support actors that are here because there's so many talented actors and performers and artists here in Oklahoma. And so many people may not believe that or think that, but it's true. I mean, I'm going back to your statement just a few minutes ago because you know, being on social media and following all these different artists is what's so inspiring for me. I mean, because every day I get up, I click on Instagram and I see someone who's able to perform this way, someone who is able to do this or that and that's what being an artist is about is seeing what you can do and how you can get better by not only just that but I think the most important part is also supporting and giving positive affirmation to fellow artists as well.
That's 100% true. I totally agree with you. Right, support, be positive, and the big thing is to support and be positive. We have to be positive in this entertainment industry because it's tough.
Mhm,
It's thick skin,
mhm,
unfortunately, right? And you have auditions, you have to be on set, you have to, and you may not get what you auditioned for, and you have to keep auditioning. And it's not easy, that what most people think. It's not like, oh, let me start acting and bam, you get a big role. It's not. It's
no.
just, it takes time. It does. And that's the one thing that's true. One thing I would say. Um, what is the one thing you've noticed is that the most challenging about being an actor?
I think the biggest thing is just really staying mentally positive. And the reason why I say that is because no matter where you start in as an actor, no matter how successful you may become, there's going to be that point where nothing is happening. And you have to sit there and either fall by the wayside or you have to sit there and continue continue to tell yourself that things are going to get better, things are going to get better, or continue to work on your craft and you get better. Those two things have to be consistently at work. And as long as you are doing that, I believe there's absolutely no way that you can consistently put in work either on yourself or within your craft that something has to happen in a
Hmm.
positive manner. So you got to make sure that you're not just sitting in the corner feeling sorry for yourself, but putting those boots back on and going, "Hey, that was yesterday. I'm going to do something different today."
That's very powerful. Thank you for sharing that. That is very, very powerful. And that you just made a good point, and that's it is amazing. We have to be positive and put the boots on and keep going forward.
Mhm,
And it's just this is just a very thick skin,
mhm,
in industry. And unfortunately, excuse me, a lot of people do not understand that until they realize it, how hard it is. And it's sad that people don't realize it until they, see how hard we're working. People don't realize, you know, where has Darrell been? He hasn't been gone. He's been gone from 7 a.m. He hasn't been home since. And they're like, wow, you've been back from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. And it's like, what happened? Right. And but you think about it, it's like, hey, we were on set with no sleep, making mistakes, cut, action, and we may have to get a sunrise, we had to get a sunset, and we're recording for dinner, we had to record for breakfast, and it's like we couldn't leave the location, and a lot of people may not realize it's like, oh, wow, you're right, you have to do all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's how TV shows or movies are made. That
Yep.
sacrifices you work hard to do that, to make a film and be and that's how you have these films in 40 out 48 or in movie theaters. Everybody talk about, whoa, that movie was so amazing, it deserves so award. But in the in reality, when you hear people say that in the movie theater, you're like, yeah, it was good. But in the back of our head, if we're in the entertainment industry, you think about it, it's like, well, that film was amazing, but you don't know how long they were on set for each of one of those
Right.
roles, right? And
Yep.
everybody's like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, the ending was so fabulous, right? Gave me chills. And you're like, yeah, but how long did it take for them to keep trying to
Right.
get that, right? So it's something like, you know, a lot of folks need to realize, right? When you make movies, when we make, when you're in this entertainment industry, it is just thick skin, but also your mentally helps your health, right? You have to be healthy and focus on your mental health, but also it's a challenge. It's a challenge because a lot of these actors are sacrificing. You said, if you mind me saying, but you're married, right? And so for yourself is right. Sacrifice. You're away from your wife, kids, or you're away from home, and you come home and you're tired. You just did a road, but when you see yourself on film and you're like, wow, I look good. I did great, right? And then that's when you tell yourself, wow, I worked hard. That took almost all 2 days, but I worked hard, right? It's like, I'm
Oh,
sorry you haven't seen me for 2 days, but that's me. I worked hard, right? And so, and I think that's a lot of people, a lot of folks that don't have family member in the entertainment industry need to understand that this is how maybe some folks, I shouldn't say maybe, but some folks get money, right? Or trying to get money, right? And what sucks about it is they're kind of afraid to get a full-time job because they're like, well, if I get called, it's a I and that's a gig. I'm gonna get paid for that gig for maybe 2 hours, and then maybe this amount of money, or may not,
right.
but still I'm getting paid. So it's like,
Yep.
sorry, I gotta go, right? It's like this is what I want to do. This is my passion, and a lot of actors, they their dream is just to be a full-time actor, and it all comes down to what you're saying. It's like put your boots on, put the passion in it. Anybody can be there. Anybody can do it. It's a lot of sacrificing, right? And it's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of passion, but also we have to surround ourselves with people that understand, people that support, and and we all hope that family members will understand as well. It's like you have family members who say, "Wait a minute, how are we going to earn our earning?" And you think
Right.
about it, yeah, right, and you think about it, it's like, wow, that's right, that's right, and you think hard, and you're like, wow, okay. Yeah, you're right, right. And you're thinking, what should I do? Right? And you're thinking, it's like, this is my passion because I can't stop because I don't want to be doing something 10 years and then you're like realizing, well, no, I can't, why did I stop back in then? Right? And then, so it's like, that's why I believe that it's a slow progress, but passion, keep going and we go for it. So you made a good point.
Well, I think that, when doing something such as acting, now that I've been in the industry as long as I have, I think that not only is it just about having tough skin, but you have to have a strong mindset, because without a strong mindset and the will to continue to press forward and continue to get better, even when you may be on set for 12 hours and it seems as if you've made very little money, you still want to continue.
Hmm.
And that's what is going to eventually lead to a person being successful, because if you can still power through with getting very little, eventually that will lead you to a lot, because your consistency pays off in the future. It's not tomorrow, it's not next week. It could be, but more than likely it's down the road a year or 5 years or 10
Hmm.
years from
Hmm.
then. And that's when your career or you as a person just takes off and into the stratosphere as an artist.
100% true. 100% true. It is work hard and you keep working hard and you keep going and you never know. It's just that crazy journey and it's and, when I say crazy, it's a fun journey because you
Mhm.
meet all these actors and you're like, wait, what just happened? What happened? I didn't think I'll be here now, right? So it is amazing. Um, do you, on another question for you is, do you have any upcoming projects?
Yes, I have a project coming up in Arlington, Texas. I just finished a project last week. Um, I will be performing in my first theater production in February 2025. That's brand new. So I have a lot of things that's happening, but I just feel very blessed to be in the space that I'm in and have such a supportive
Hmm.
support system with my wife and and friends that I have, because without them, without the other artists and other actors that may comment or say things on social media, without their positive affirmation, it just helps to push a little harder. And that, for me, and I'm sure so many others as well, but it's just that's what we live for.
Hmm.
And though I may have different roles coming up, it's just, for me, it's I just want to continue to get better. And as
Hmm.
long as I'm having another experience, I'm getting better. Even if I am not on set and I am in a classroom, whether it's physically or through Zoom, I'm getting better. And those are the two things I'm bouncing back and forth off of.
Hmm.
And so that's what's keeping me disciplined to continue to keep getting better.
That's amazing. I can't wait for this project to come out.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Um, I know you said this is your first time doing theater. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, well, my follow-up question was, hopefully you know good response from me. But the reason I'm asking this question is because a lot of actors, when they do theater, they like theater because when you make a mistake, you can continue on, right? The audience is watching, and you're like, oh, I was supposed to pick up the cup and put it back on the table. Whoops, I didn't. Put somewhere else and broke. But everybody and all the actors like, oh yeah, it's okay. Let's go on. Make this, make it act like it's part of the scene. And I heard a lot of actors are like, I like on screen because you say cut and we can try to memorize our line.
Mhm.
And a lot of actors say that theater is a good place for beginners, who, if they're not going to school for acting, that they should do theater to get them practice and get them prepared for on screen. So for you, I know you said this is your first time for theater, but in your personal opinion, what do you believe?
Well, I mean, I've sat in classroom with many people who have done theater first, and it's it's very different from them going from theater to TV film, because you got to stay in that space, especially when the camera's right here, or just like when you're on film television, that writer wants you to speak the words he spent all that
Mm-hmm.
time writing, and that's important to him, but I don't know. For me personally, I'm just a person. I spend a lot of time on my material, um, daily, to be honest, because I want to get there, even though it hasn't happened. Just talking
Mm-hmm.
about my
Mm-hmm.
film, but when I'm on film, I want to have everything on deck. I don't want to come on set with missing pieces or don't know my stuff, or I want to be completely prepared. It's almost, I compare it a lot to when I was a bodybuilding competitor,
Mm-hmm.
because going to a show means that there has to be some type of preparation. That means you have to train, you have to do cardio, you have to eat a specific way, you have to have a certain look. Then when you go to the show, then the cards fall where they fall. Well, same thing with acting. You have to be that character. You have to know your lines. You have to feel and be the character that day, not just yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
so preparation is is numero uno when it comes to being on set and being the best actor, best version of yourself. But theater, even though I have not done it as of yet, I will be prepared. I'm preparing for it on a daily basis. So just knowing how I am, it's something that I want to do. I don't want to improvise by doing this or saying that.
Right, right.
I want to be the best version of myself, even though it may be the first time me doing it.
That's amazing to hear. That's true. And always up to a challenge. Right? That's another
That's
thing.
exactly what I told the casting director.
Right. So, more about you. People must be wondering, the audience is wondering, what does Darrow do for fun when he's not acting and not body, I'm sorry if I'm just saying I'd be wrong, but bodybuilding and all this stuff.
What do I do for fun? Well, I spend time with my amazing wife. We train together. We watch movies. Something we have started as of this week is every morning we get up early and we write in our book. So we have coffee and we spend time writing our thoughts down in our book about how we may feel or, things we would like to accomplish. So these are the things that we do. We also like watching movies and, or if we're not doing that, then we're probably at some event for acting.
For me, I thought you were gonna say up early for running, but
Oh, well, I mean, we do that as well. We do get up early and walk, but it's been a while since I've ran, so
you're out of shape.
I'm way out of shape. I'm kidding.
Back to the
I'm kidding.
so, it's good that you said that you write in journals because that helps with I believe helps with the mental health, and that's 100% true. I'm a mental health advocate, and that's really good that you're doing that. 100%. That's really healthy. Um, but does your wife act as well?
She has been in a few films with me, yes.
And
I've I've tried to get her involved, but she just says that is your thing, and um, and then sometimes it's her thing, and then but you know what? She is my biggest support group,
Mhm,
okay? Because she's the person who's always being my reader. She's the one helping me with the script and the lines and my auditions and and I do the same for her, when it comes to training or something of that nature and we just support each other and that's one of the biggest thing that's important for both of us is just being there for each other and
mhm,
knowing that
mhm,
we had one another's back. But she knows that if I'm successful, she's successful.
mhm.
And if she's successful, I'm successful. So that's just how our household is. And just so you know, that one of the commitments that we have made to one another is that anything that we start, we must finish. There's no quitting. And so I know that acting is a very long journey and there's no quitting here. No matter how awful it may be, there may be a brighter day on the other side eventually.
That's powerful. That is really powerful, and supporting each other is a big thing as well. We have to surround ourselves with people that support us. So that's 100% true. Um, and my next question for you is, what is your message for all the young actors in the United States or around the world who want to get into the entertainment industry? What is your advice for them?
I think my message for them is do your research. Um, don't be in a hurry. Take your time, evolve, and continue to just get better over time. But my biggest words for them is be patient because what's meant for you will come for you. And and God always has a plan and has timing and it may not be your timing, but it's his timing. And whatever happens in your life is going to come at the right time.
That's true. 100%. That's a good message. What is your favorite genre?
Drama.
Drama. Wow, I just don't see you as a drama man. I'm sorry, I just don't.
What do you see?
I see you in action film.
I mean, I can I mean, but I have several things. I like horror. I like suspense. I mean, I am the type of actor I will dive into any role there is.
Wow,
Any.
including horror movie.
Absolutely. It's
Wow,
on my
I'm sorry. I'm
bucket.
sorry because I'm so you. Here's my thing. The reason I say this because I there's a lot of actors I've seen and who I've interviewed, and they say horror movie, and you're like, I look at them, I was like, really, you don't look like a horror movie person, and they were like, yeah, you're right. I'm not. I I might be the first person to die in the film, but yeah, although I don't get so scared, right, or buried with
Right.
spiders or scorpions or mouses, right? So I just don't. I'm sorry, I just don't see you in a horror film. I'm just shocked. That's all.
Well, it's just, I do have it on my Instagram page, but I think it's just a matter of time for me before I actually am on set doing that particular role. But
Mhm.
yeah, I just want to have an experience where I'm just well rounded. I can
Right.
play any role. I spend so much time at home going over my stuff and materials for whatever role I am playing. And that is the responsibility of the actor
Mhm. And
to show up as the character and make that director happy because of your
mhm.
performance and the time that you've spent on that role and bringing it to film.
Wow. And if you were going to be in a horror film, I have to ask this question:
Oh
is
gosh.
what role would you want to be? The killer or the person that's running away or the person to be like trying to save everybody and stop the killer?
Well, of course, the guy that died the first 5 minutes. No, no, I would want to maybe possibly be the killer.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd
You
go
shocked
for it.
me. You shocked me even more. You're like, oh, I'm gonna be in a horror film. I'm gonna be the killer. Okay. I mean, you're tall, you're buff. I mean, yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's just I'm just saying, I would have to see the film when it's done.
Well, that's the thing is like to me, a lot of African American men are not the killer in horror films. And so in this role that I played that's on my Instagram page, I was him
Hmm.
and my wife was portraying the victim. And so, it was something that had always, been in the back of my head that I've always wanted to do. And so, my wife and I went to Fort Worth and we filmed it and it turned out fantastic. And so, I just sat for a few weeks researching how
Hmm.
killers act,
Hmm.
how killers talk, how they respond, and knocked it out.
Wow. And you're right, that's true. Not many is serial killers. So, um, it, that's just mind blowing that you want to be in one. Sorry. So, you know, um, my next question for you is there a dream actor or an actress that you want to work with on a film?
Yes, Denzel Washington,
And why is that?
because he's my favorite actor. I feel like he is also very well rounded as an artist, and yeah, I haven't really thought that much about the women artist, but as far as an actor, that would be Denzel Washington. He's one. Let's see. That would be awesome to do a role with The Rock. Um, yeah, there's many of them, but but for out the gate, it would definitely be Denzel Washington.
I totally agree. Me, Kevin Hart.
That would be a we would have a funny time. Trust me.
Kevin Hart.
We
Kevin Hart is
yes we. I mean, I mean, I'm pretty comical at times, but I mean, at least my wife tells me, so I don't know, but we'll leave it at that.
because Kevin Hart, he does behind the scenes so many funny stories. He makes
Yeah.
fun of people. He's like, it's like- I would love to be on a set with him. He would make, he'd be like, yeah, he'd be the type of guy that make it exciting and fun. So totally,
Oh yeah.
totally agree. Um, and it's just, yeah, it's just that's the one thing I love about entertainment industry. We love things we do. We love hearing things about it, and a lot of funny stories and serious stories, and just all this sacrifice we all do in this entertainment industry, and that's the one thing
Yes.
about it. So, what's your favorite TV show, and what's your
My
favorite
favorite
movie?
TV show this season has been Tulsa King. Um, 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 House of Dragons has been one of them.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we don't watch a lot of TV, but as far as TV series, that's ones that we've watched. Yeah,
Amazing. I've seen Tulsa King. I love Criminal Minds, and what else? I like Chicago PD. It's a good
yeah,
show.
those definitely.
It's
I like Chicago PD, NCIS, all of those.
yeah, yeah. They're all great shows. Wow. Well, Daryl, thank you for coming on my show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. And we'll definitely stay in touch.
Got it.
Yeah, 100%. I would love to have you back on my show.
I would love to. I
But thank
appreciate you
you.
having me today, and you're awesome, by the way.
Well, thank you. It means a lot. Um, I worked hard with my show. And it proves my point or my point. It's passion. It
Mhm.
takes hard work and passion,
Oh yeah.
and interviewing and getting to know everybody and try to get the questions ready and do background checks on everybody that comes on my show. And but it's really fun. It really is fun. But this, we all have a dream and goal to hopefully be somewhere with your own show or whatever, make it out there. And that's what I love I'm doing with the support with you and all the actors and the fans is that's the reason why the show is still going.
Well, we appreciate the work that you put in, and we know that it's definitely a lot of work, but I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of people, but you do a great job, and I'm sure there's going to be so much success coming up in the future for you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And we'll definitely stay in touch, like I said, and I can't wait to have you back.
I look forward to it.
All right, thank you, Terrell. You have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.